Hey everyone, Kyle here with Bustin' Bethunes. Welcome to the channel, and if it's your first time here, welcome to your first video. Thank you so much for being here. Today, I'm gonna do something a little different. We're gonna do what I'm gonna call shop, cook, and eat. So what we're gonna do is I'm about to head out right now. I've gotta do laundry, then we're gonna go shop for the meal. We're gonna come back, we're gonna make the meal, and most importantly, and most excitedly, we're gonna eat the meal. So yeah guys, thanks for being here with me today. Got to get to work. It's later in the afternoon, so we do got to get started. We're headed to the store. We're going to get some food. We're going to be making a 1905 salad from the world famous Columbia restaurant located in Tampa, Florida. You saw it a couple weeks ago in a vlog. Today we're going to go step by step and make it together. So without further ado, let's get moving. This might be my favorite salad in the entire world. I believe Jen would attest to that. It is just so delicious, so savory, so tangy, so unique. If you do try it, I'm gonna go ahead and warn you now. It's not the simplest, quickest recipe for a salad you're ever gonna make. It's definitely got a lot of ingredients. It takes a bit of time, but we're gonna go through it together. And I think once you try it, you'll be hooked, because I am. It's freaking delicious. We've had it like at least once a week for like ever since Christmas, and it's just that good. So I'm really excited to make this with you guys, and I think you're gonna really love it. Well, Walmart it is, guys. I have some of the stuff that I need. I do need to grab a few different things. It's not a huge list of ingredients, but not things that I just typically buy, just to have on hand, because some of it's perishable, of course. So yeah, hop into one of the busiest Walmarts I've ever been to in my life. Hopefully this mic is keeping the wind at bay, because it is whipping out here. Man, oh man. Believe it or not, it's trickier than you would think to find Spanish olives. It's not really that tricky to find Spanish olives. It's tricky to find them without pimentos in them. There you go. Spanish olives right there. Should be what I need. I also need extra virgin. No, I don't want that. Oh, I may have to go. I need Spanish olive oil. So they have it, pure olive. I bought another one last time and I liked it a lot, but I don't know if I have enough to do another round of salad. So I'm gonna have to pick one up. It's saying they have the olive oil I need, but I am not seeing it. Olive oil is a big part of it when you're making like this dressing. You really want the best quality you can get. And I used this one recently and I really like it, so I would like to stick with it. Yeah, definitely in this recipe, you want to go with a high quality Spanish olive oil. It's light, extra. I mean, this is Spanish, but let me see. I'd rather get the one I had last time. Okay, hold on, hold the phone. I have located it. Right there, La Espanola extra virgin olive oil, cold press. Not cheap, 10 bucks for that little bitty jar, but yeah, it's really good. It's got good flavor. All right, moving on. So for this, it calls for ham. You can absolutely substitute whatever meat you feel so inclined to do. I like it with the ham. I feel like it's a good flavor. Picking up the kids some lunch meat on here. Pepperoni. Some cheese. Again, I've seen it with turkey at the actual restaurant. You can get it with shrimp. I believe you can get it with chicken, obviously turkey. Ham, I do like the way the ham goes with it. It adds a good saltiness to it. All right, we're almost there. So believe it or not, this recipe calls for iceberg. Not a lettuce I use very often, but it really works well with this salad. I honestly couldn't really imagine doing it with anything else, romaine or anything. I feel like as a whole, iceberg is not the greatest lettuce, but for this recipe, it really works well. Again, with romaine or something like that, I just don't think it would. Yeah, I just don't think it would get the same result, or not even close. But I think that's about it. I think we're good. All right, guys, $159.84. Again, not again. That was not all for the salad. I don't know. It's an amazing salad. It's definitely an expensive salad to make and worth every cent. Don't know if it's $160 good though. I would like to figure out how much this salad is to make. It's challenging because I got like 3 out of that last olive oil, so basically $3 per salad. Yeah, I could definitely do it. I should probably do that sometime. But I did have to pick up some various other groceries for the week. These kids eat a lot. People think I'm messing around. They never quit eating.
She's blonde.
She's blonde.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
one.
like that?
That
Yeah.
one.
I know what you're talking about.
Boo 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 boo. Oh, oh, ah! Pizza.
I'm actually gonna go for that. I'm not going.
He's gonna stab me in the butt again. Yeah.
All right, I have made it back. The groceries have been put away. Now it's time to get started. So this day, we're going to do this in steps. I'm actually, just for reference, I'm doubling this recipe because I'm feeding my whole family with it. The way it comes, let's see what it says. I believe it says makes 2 full salads and 4 side salads. So I'm basically doubling that. That's what I've been doing, and it's been a good amount for about 4 meals. You know, like I said, 4 meal salads, and usually even a little bit left over after that. Yeah, let's get started. So what we got to do first, we want to make our dressing. In all honesty, the earlier you can make this dressing, the better. You want it to sit up. The first time I made it, it sat for about 24 hours. The second and third time I made it, it was similar to this, so it didn't sit near as long. I honestly can't say I tasted that much of a difference. With saying that, it does say on the actual recipe that you do want to do it at least a few hours beforehand and let it sit in the fridge. I think I'm just going to call it out as, yeah, I'm going to call it out as I'm making it. So I'm doing 8 cloves of garlic. I bought these today. They're it's real fresh garlic, pre-peeled. I absolutely despise peeling garlic. So when I saw that, I was like sold. I don't know about you, but it is not something I enjoy doing. You could possibly get away using minced garlic with this. I haven't tried that yet. I feel like you might lose some of that flavor if you do. I do believe there is a bit of a difference in the taste with minced garlic versus fresh cut garlic. So I'm just going to dice this up, get them pretty small. Go ahead and add our garlic in. God, I love cooking with fresh garlic. It smells so good. I'm going to go ahead and add in our 1 cup of the Spanish extra virgin olive oil. Actually, I had plenty. I didn't even need to buy any today, but for some reason I was thinking I was getting kind of low. I say dice your garlic up as fine as you can because honestly, you want to release as much of that flavor into the oil as you can, especially if you're not making it the night before. I would try to dice it up pretty fine if you can. So what I do is I make this whole dressing recipe in this measuring cup because I'm able to measure each item out and use it in the same cup, and then I'll transfer it to a bowl. Doing 4 teaspoons of dried oregano. That's a lot of oregano. We're going to do a 1/4 cup white wine vinegar. That's why I like mixing it in. It's like a way I just follow it up to mix it up to the line. It works out perfectly. We're going to add pepper and salt. It doesn't really specify how much. It just says to taste. So I'll add a little bit, and then once I get everything ready to go, I'll test it and see how I like it. And you can always add more. I'm just going to whisk it up a little bit. So good. So earthy smelling. With that oregano and that olive oil. The garlic fragrance. Oh. That's what you're looking for. Now we're just going to simply cover it up, throw it in the fridge, and this will be one of the absolute last things we do is when we mix it with everything else. At this point, we're looking to do 1 cup julienne ham. Basically what I do is I buy just like deli meat. Depends how fancy you want to get with your ham. I'll split it in half. And I'll just start cutting little strips. Now we're going to do the same thing with our Swiss cheese. We need 1 cup of julienne Swiss cheese. This is a pretty good width right here, this block. So basically, I'm just going to cut it and then make it into little slices. Basically, think like a McDonald's French fry thickness is about what I would go for. All right. Next, we're going to grate our Romano cheese. This is a very important part of this recipe. Don't skimp out on the Romano cheese. It's not a very common cheese. Usually you're going to have to look in your specialty section of your grocery store if they have like a, a lot of grocery stores have like a imported cheese section, or it's definitely not like a packaged cheese. Usually it's sold by the ounce or whatever. This block here cost me, I believe, $12 at Publix, which is expensive. And I'll get at least 2 salads. I'll get this one. I've already done one. I'll get this one and probably still actually have a little bit left over. But you definitely want to do fresh grated Romano cheese. Huge part of this recipe. All right. The recipe calls for 1 cup of Spanish olives. I found this particular size right here, so they're calling this a 5.5 ounce jar of olives is adequate. It's a little bit more than you probably need, but I love olives, so this works pretty good. Just bring them over here and drain them in the sink. And I do like to chop them up a little bit. Not a ton. You definitely don't want to puree them, but kind of chop them up a little bit, because if you're not a huge olive lover, it is a lot of it's a big, you get a lot of olive in a bite if you go bite in a whole, and get a bite of your salad and you have a whole olive. Definitely chop them up a little bit. The recipe doesn't call for this, but I do this. I do this on my own. You want to do 2 lemons. The recipe calls for 8 cups of lettuce. I typically, if they're good, decent size, I buy 2. These were rather small, so I ended up buying a third. Like I say, I'm not used to cooking with icebergs, so I'm still kind of trying to figure all that out. At this point, we just have to combine it all right there. So I washed it, spun it, now I gotta load it in there. Start with our 1 cup Swiss cheese, 1 cup ham, our 1 cup grated Romano cheese, 1 cup Spanish pitted olives, no pimentos, our 2 lemons squeezed, 4 tablespoons Worcestershire sauce. I actually don't know if I'm going to have enough of this. It's going to be close. This is definitely another one of those really key ingredients, though. Without this, you won't get the same salad. Not even close. All right, a little extra for good luck.
Did you have enough?
I did have enough. Yeah, I'm glad I had enough. I was a little worried about that. No, we definitely, yeah, look at her. She, at the end of the bottle there, we're not going to get another one out of that, so definitely got to pick more of that up next time. I think at this point I'm going to come in with a little bit more cracked black pepper. At this point, we just combine. Oh, I lied. I forgot the main ingredient. The dressing. How do you forget the dressing? There's a lot of steps to this salad. It's easy to forget. I knew it wasn't wet enough. I knew I was missing something. Yeah, just let that sit in there. Go ahead and mix it up really well before you dump it in. Oh, yeah. There we go.
Ooh, we're heating up the tater soup, too.
Yeah, buddy. All right, guys. Moment of truth. Did it work again? I wish the dressing could have sat longer. This is the first time I've tasted the effects of it not sitting long enough. I mean, it's still good. Still very, very good. I feel like it's missing a little bit, though. You don't think so?
I mean, like it could have sat a little bit longer. I think that's what the issue is. With the
Yeah.
thing that you did.
So rub.
They put cracked pepper on top.
Yeah, I said cracked pepper, but it wasn't cracked pepper. Costco pepper in a plastic jar, plastic bottle. So some tips about this salad, if you do choose to make it. So what I do, as you saw, I basically go through each ingredient and I prepare it. I go ahead and julienne my cheese, julienne my ham, get my dressing made, cut up my, pretty much everything you need to do. The last step I do is cut my lettuce, wash it, spin it dry. You want to combine it right before you eat it. This is not a salad you want to combine and let it sit, because if you do, it's going to be disgusting. It'll be complete mush, not good. This is one of those, you eat it when you make it, or you throw it away, because it's just no good after that. Unfortunately, just it's wet. It's a very wet salad, because you can see I put there's a lot of dressing. Once it sits for a little bit, it's no good. So number one tip I can tell you about this one here: make it, prepare it, eat it right away. How's the salad treating you?
It's so good. This is like 2 or 3 nights in a row that your dinners have just been like moan worthy. Like it's
Cooking with Kyle. Look at the puppies right there. Chico. No chicken tonight. The dogs are missing out on chicken. They will have to get their bacon strips tonight. Where's Theodore, by the way? Because he knew it was salad night, so he decided to stay in bed.
Yeah, probably so. Say it.
So is it fairly accurate, fairly close to the restaurant?
I would say so. Like, honestly, other than the dressing sitting for a little longer.
Yeah, absolutely. Make your dressing the night before. If you decide to make this, I think you'll. I think that's the right move, honestly.
Is it more expensive to eat at the restaurant or make it at home?
Oh, I think we eat it at the restaurant.
Is it done, Dad? More expensive at the restaurant?
Oh yeah. It's definitely not a cheap thing to make. You know, again, the higher in olive oil you can buy. I bought a cheaper cheese. This is just Aldi block cheese. The first time I made it, I used Publix deli slice Swiss cheese, sliced thick. So it just all depends on the ingredients you want to buy. For me, though, the olive oil is the most important part. Because obviously the dressing is a very abundant part of the salad. So you want to make sure you're using a good quality olive oil. Other than that, iceberg's relatively cheap. The olives weren't bad. The Worcestershire sauce is cheap. It's just a lot of ingredients, you know. And it takes a bit of prep time because, again, you don't want to make this ahead of time. You want to make it, prepare it, and eat it right away. Whew. Dinner was delicious. That is a top tier dinner salad. Side salad, whatever salad you want to call it, top tier. If you do decide to make it, please let me know on an upcoming video in the comments or something. I'd love to hear how it went for you. Did you like it? And how did the recipe work out for you? Just follow the recipe verbatim. Again, I will post it down below. I made it a few years ago. I tried to do it a few years ago, and it didn't turn out near as good. I didn't follow the directions near as closely. Used to, you were able to buy the dressing from them, but I don't think it's the same either. I think it's one of those things you gotta earn this one. You know, they really make you earn it with the fresh ingredients and having to prepare everything fresh, and which is the way I like to do it anyway. But yeah, that was good. I hope you guys enjoyed it. But I also wanted to mention, I really appreciate all the support I've been getting with depression and stuff. Some of you are so sweet and so kind. I've been feeling really good the last couple of days. I really have felt pretty decent. I've kind of, I don't know, the weight of it doesn't seem to be as severe. So I feel like it's starting to kind of melt away, as I had mentioned. Hopefully we can start heading in that direction a little bit. So I really do appreciate a lot of the sweet comments. It means a lot to me. I do read them, and that really helps a lot. It's something I did want to tack on to that. So if you are a person with depression, or you're really not sure, you're kind of struggling, a big game changer for me with my depression, and it took years. I mean, it is a lifelong process, is learning your depression. You know, it's like in sports. If you want to beat the other team, you want to be an elite athlete, you've got to learn your opponent. And that's the way with depression. You've got to learn how it operates, how it works, what it grips onto, and just developing an understanding for it has been such a game changer for me. It's what I truly believe has been able to allow me to reduce the time in it. You know, like for instance, earlier the week, I had a really crappy day, really, really rough. I even put it in the video. 5 years ago, I would still be struggling with that episode. You know, it's so understanding what you're working with, what you're dealing with, allows you to be able to put tools into place to combat it. You know, to, again, I'm a believer, I don't think you're ever truly going to beat it. If you do, that's great, but I don't know that I'll ever personally beat it. But I've damn sure gotten a lot better at managing it, and I hope the same for you. Just a little tip I wanted to share with you guys. I was thinking about it while I was driving today, and I've been thinking about all the sweet comments I get regarding depression, and reading some of you that deal with the same, very similar thing. So I just wanted to share that little tidbit with you. If it helps, that would be great. So learn your depression, you know, and you learn it when it's the hardest. I know it's not fun, but you learn what this stuff is when you're in the midst of it. Once you figure that out, you know, and it took me years, guys. It took me years and hours of therapy and just hours of just despair and crying and but you get better, you know. It's John Candy. I'm going to end with this one. I watched a documentary on John Candy recently. Fantastic documentary. One of the best documentaries I've ever seen in my life. For a man that I absolutely adored when I was a kid, and still do. I think he's one of the greatest comedian actors ever. I'm such a great actor, such a good human being. Anyway, he said, I'm experiencing things that I tried to learn 2 years ago. He worded very similar to that. So basically what he was saying, things I was working on 2 years ago, started implementing and started putting into my life, are just now paying off. I'm just starting to harvest that. I'm starting to reap the rewards of that. So just bear that in mind. It's something on my depression journey that I very much can relate to, because I've really been struggling for 2 years, a little right at 2 years. A year ago, I didn't think it was going to get any better, but a year forward, I'm doing okay. I'm managing. I'm working through it. And yeah, guys, I just wanted to leave you with that. Hope it wasn't rambling too much. But yeah, guys, thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed. If you enjoyed this cup of video, let me know. Maybe it's something we can do more of. I know a lot of you have said you enjoy my cooking, so I enjoy cooking and sharing recipes that I've found and have created. So if you enjoy this, let me know. We can do some more of these. Well, don't worry, guys. We'll see you tomorrow with another regular old vlog, and I appreciate you being here as always. And take care of yourselves and each other. And we'll talk soon. Bye, guys.